First of all, Ms. Almira, thank you very much for inviting me. It's truly a very unique opportunity. Unfortunately, I don't see faces except of few. Nurhan is in a helmet. Yeah, Arman, thank you. So let's do it. Let's say, if I may suggest, before we get to know each other, could you just switch on the cameras for 1 minute? So we just take a joint screenshot. Some of you have nice headphones like Jadera. Congratulations. Yeah, let's just do it that we are not anonymous. It doesn't need to be formal because again, it's more about knowing each other. And if you feel comfortable without being on camera, or if, and this is usually the case, you have some issues with the connectivity, then of course, let's switch off the cameras. But for the time being, thank you. I'm taking now a snapshot of those of us who have just kindly actually, yes, I see you, Amira. Good. So, picture taken, colleagues. Now you can switch off your cameras. I'll keep mine on. So you will feel that it's me who is talking and not a robot. And let me just share with you briefly the story why we are meeting today. I've been approached by KIMEP, our partner. I do not know how much you know about the partnership between KIMEP University, one of the most respected ones in Kazakhstan, and the United Nations, and specifically our office. Someone is walking. Good to see you. Nurhan, yeah? Yeah. So not sure how much you are aware of the fact that your university is a member of the specific arrangement with the United Nations called United Nations Academic Impact. This is a special initiative of the United Nations Secretary General, and here in Kazakhstan, there were 2 universities who have joined actually the first place. It was KIMEP and Al-Farabi Kazakh National University. The other important thing for you to know, which perhaps would help you also when looking for some sort of closer interaction with the United Nations here in Kazakhstan and perhaps even beyond, is that back in 2011, the United Nations system in Kazakhstan has signed a specific document with your university, which is called Memorandum of Understanding. And based on that, we have been actually organizing a lot of joint events at the time, or since then. KIMEP is also the alma mater of the New Silkway Model United Nations International, which is now actually owned by the Al-Farabi Kazakh National University, because at certain point, KIMEP has unfortunately not been having enough, perhaps, human resources to run it. But these are the things which I would like you to be aware of. Why I'm saying that, because all these days, and I'm on the 3rd tour already in Kazakhstan, and back in 2011, I was here. We had a very strong interaction between the United Nations Information Office, which is office that belongs to the United Nations Department of Global Communications, which is part of the UN Secretariat in New York. And our department has been established in 1946 under the name United Nations Department of Public Information. And this name actually has lasted until 2019. And since January 1st, 2019, we have been renamed. And now the department is being called the United Nations Department of Global Communications. And we are responsible for the information work globally, also in Kazakhstan, in the region. Our main office is here in Almaty. Not sure if anybody has been in our new building on Bayzakova Street, but definitely I would like to invite you for some sort of thematic roundtable or get together. If your career center is going to arrange it for you, we could choose a team. And what we are responsible for, I'm not going to read it from the website because all of you have access to internet. That's why we are meeting online today. And I think there are many pieces of information you can easily find through Google or any other search service. It is important for you to know that our office is responsible for all kinds of information to be provided, shared for the information outreach. In the area of responsibility, we are dealing with the academia, it means the universities, with elementary schools, colleges, but also with the government at all levels, with the non-governmental institutions, and also with the diplomatic community, which is quite big here in Almaty. And part of it is to inform about what the UN is doing. It's not only about the situation in Ukraine. For those who are interested in the current conflict, you may wish to visit the official information source of the United Nations. That's the website un.org, a simple one, where you can find all the latest news. Or since many of you is accessing even today's discussion via your mobile phones, you could download the app, which actually is called UN Newsreader, or in Russian Novosti UN, and this app has been actually created here in Almaty by our office. It's a global UN app. We'll give you information about what the UN is talking about every day. And of course, we talk about all the key elements of the work of the United Nations. It means the human rights, the sustainable development, and environmental issues. Not sure how much you know about the Sustainable Development Goals and all what is related to that. Perhaps would be good to focus later on it. But as we are together, I hope, celebrating this year the 30th anniversary of Kazakhstan's accession to the United Nations. On 2nd of March 1992, Kazakhstan has joined the UN. So this year is for us a very, I would say, important anniversary. Again, let me suggest that perhaps we organize some celebratory events together. It can be a flash mob, it can be thematic roundtable, it can be even some sort of short video, because you can create some with your smartphones. And this is a kind of reflection of 3 decades of what we have been doing together. When I came here for the first time to Kazakhstan back, that was my first assignment in 2006. I have to admit that I have seen already a country highly developed and on the move. Now, in 2022, on my third kind of assignments, I can say that the country has really moved heavily forward successfully. But as always, and this is the history of humankind, there are always challenges ahead. And part of it is also a contribution of the citizens of the country. You are students because you expect something from your lives. You do, I hope, expect that your future career will somehow also be rewarding in a way that you will be doing not only what you like, but also that you will be able to contribute. In this respect, part of also our interaction with the partners is sharing with them. It means also with you the information how to become a UN colleague after the university for those who are interested. But that's something where I would perhaps suggest we have additional session at certain point, because it's quite an interesting process and there are certain requirements that have to be addressed. Again, going back to what the UN in Kazakhstan, or UN Information Office in particular, is doing in your country, is doing the ultimate, I would say, to make all 19 million, almost 20 million of citizens of the Republic of Kazakhstan to understand how important is the partnership between the Republic of Kazakhstan and the UN, how important is the contribution of your country. It means, let's start from the very essential closing down the nuclear test site in Semipalatinsk, Semey, actually giving up the fourth largest nuclear arsenal in the world voluntarily, and of course then multi-vector international policy that is being represented through various processes like Astana process when the issues of Syria are being discussed. And of course, the fact that Kazakhstan is deeply respected in the UN system, and not only there, as one of such, I would say, moments is that your president Kassym-Jomart Tokayev at certain point was director of the UN Geneva office and Undersecretary General of the United Nations. I'm certain you know that. And also that Kazakhstan was a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. And this year and the next year, for the second time already, Kazakhstan is also a member of the United Nations Human Rights Council. So this is just perhaps a reflection of how much the UN and Kazakhstan are attached to each other. And now I would assume that you ask a question, okay, so what and what is there for us, for the young people, for the students? And let me just answer a simple way. What is there for you is that when we talk about the sustainable development, we would like to in particular underline the importance of the youth, of the young people being part of the future, the processes that are actually aimed at the betterment of the life, not only on this planet, but in each and every country. So what is there for you is that we do hope that perhaps not all of you, but some of you will get more involved in the cooperation with the UN at the various positions you might have in the future, but also right now as the students, as volunteers, as supporters, as those who understand why is the UN agenda as the global agenda important for you, for you as for human beings, for your families, for your cities, and for your country. And here I would like to perhaps stop talking too long, because I recall some time ago there was a very interesting youth conference in Bonn, in Germany, aimed at discussing the environmental issues, and young people were actually the leaders there. and they were asked what they would like or what they would prefer from the conference, and they had a very simple answer: no fancy dresses and no long speeches. So as you can see, I'm not fancily dressed. I'm dressed casually, just to talk to you. I mean, at the, let's say, equal level. And also, I think that this is not a lecture where I would be for 1 hour talking about everything. I would be reading tons of documents because that would also be counterproductive in a way that you are the generation of the 21st century there. Logically, it is expected that you are not only smart, but you also know how to use all the information resources. And since I am the one who also is responsible for part of these information resources to provide information to you, let's talk about, if you wish, what you are interested in, what kind of information you would like to hear, what would be for you important to know. I see that someone is already asking a question, and it's not a presentation, it's a discussion actually. Yeah, and let me just respond to the answer, and then first to Ms. Altenay, and then I see
Lutfulo.
Lutfulo, then I'll answer the question. So one by one. Okay, so I'll just read the question. To what position can I apply as a fresh graduate with a master's degree in international journalism? Well, if you are a fresh graduate, you can apply first for the internship or become a UN volunteer, because the system, as I have explained, is having certain requirements, and to be considered as a UN employee, you would need a certain, I would say, certain year or two of practical experience, which doesn't come right after graduation, but you still, up to 1 year after the graduation, you still are entitled to apply for an internship, for example, with the Department of Global Communications in New York, where you could actually practically use your master's degree in international journalism. But as I've said, it's a bit specific to apply, and it would require a bit more time to actually navigate you through the application. So I respond to the whole group now. There's a site which you may wish to visit and see what are the positions advertised, okay? And Ms. Altenay, if there is more question, feel free even to, I'll share with you my cell phone number. I'm on WhatsApp, so you may wish to talk to me. But what I would prefer, frankly speaking, if we could meet with you as a specific group, and I would invite you to our UN building. We could have a thematic roundtable, and we could then more focus on specific questions, because like it or not, we still have time limitations, okay? Okay, so these are my contacts, and now I'll answer to the question by Lutfulo, and then I'll answer the question of Miss Camilla one by one. So Miss Altenay, is it okay with you?
Altenay?
Yes, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, so you have my contact, please use it, okay? So
Yes,
Lutfulo,
okay.
please unmute yourself.
Excuse me, sir. Yes, I also wanted to know about the career opportunities and application process, which you answered that there's a two-way we can apply, either internship or as a volunteer. So you almost answered my question, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good. Because, you know, there are certain opportunities within the United Nations Volunteers Program, I might suggest, not sure if he is included in the program, perhaps just a colleague now from UN volunteers. But let's agree on one thing with Miss Elmira, as from your career center, and with all of you. I might invite for one more session we could organize together a colleague who is actually representative of UN volunteers in Kazakhstan, and he could actually give you a full briefing. What are the options?
Actually, we have met already with Nikita.
Okay, so you met with
yes,
Nikita,
and,
and
yes, last month we met.
Has he provided you with some sort of meaningful information? Because this is usually what we recommend. There is quite a lot of UN volunteers positions available, especially now. So let me just go through it, because various agencies are now actually looking for young people to be with them, either on internship. I think I might share with you. Let me see. Recently, there was advertised IOM. Okay, IOM. Internship opportunity, yes. So, okay, let's agree, because it's internship opportunity at IOM Kazakhstan, interns in labor migration. So, and the deadline is 2nd of May. So if we can agree, Elmira, I will send it to you via email.
Okay.
Please share with the students, okay?
Okay.
Let them apply. So at least you see that I'm also doing my job, that I'm informing about what is the latest actually opportunity, okay? So now, Lutfullah, thank you. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Camilla. After Camilla goes Arman, and then goes Muhammad Jan. So Camilla, is it possible to apply to internship if I am international relations second-year student? Yes, you can apply. Yes, it's not a problem. Yeah. Only please be informed that it's not always easy to get an internship. There are specific rules which you should be aware of, but also sometimes we are helping some other universities because there are many people who would like to be part of the internship, or there are many students that are expected to actually participate in, you call it this practice, or in Russian you call it производственная практика. So then we organize with some universities. Now I'm having students from Ablai Khan University, a joint project on SDGs, which is for them a substitution to this sort of practice in a way, usually between 1 and 3 months, depending on the agreement with the university, for you to know. Okay, if there are more questions, then you can actually address them through Miss Elmira, okay, from the Career Center.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So next is Arman. Arman, I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, hello.
Thank you for this meeting. I wanted to ask, is there, or what are the specific areas of working in Kazakhstan as representative of United Nations Information Office in comparison with other countries? Is there any specific aspects which are unique only for our region or for Kazakhstan?
Well, every country is very unique in a way. Sometimes we say, because the UN Information Office is, as you can see on the window shown, unique Kazakhstan. It means United Nations Information Center. That's the acronym. And we usually say unique is unique. Unique in its very essence, because the United Nations Information Centers offices in many countries were the first UN offices opened. For example, in my home country, the UN Information Center has been opened in 1947, okay, as the first UN office. So by saying that, in the very beginning, there were not many actually agencies or programs available. I mean, at the very beginning of the United Nations, there were UNICEF with a different name, UNHCR, because those were the most important actually missions to address the issues of saving the children after the World War II, and of course UNHCR to address the issues of refugees. The United Nations Information Centers have served its purpose to keep the people informed about what the UN is doing. So not much has changed in the essence, but of course the challenging times are now, because if in the previous years, excuse me, I'll just have to answer. Excuse me. My apology, but I'm having some event here, and I just have to address it. Just a second.
It's okay.
Okay. So going back. So we live in challenging times of information and misinformation, in a way that you are following on your smartphones every day, that you are flooded with the information. In the previous years, it was not that much. Also, the world has been divided into the two major blocks, the political West and the political East. And people were always looking for some sort of balanced information, neutral in a sense, and verified information. And that's what was always the role of the UN, to provide, I would say, information that can be trusted, okay? Because the UN is an organization that is very, I would say, keen to be considered as a reliable source of information. And the United Nations Information Centers are actually the outposts of the organization in more than 70 countries of the world. And in some countries, even the first offices, even here in Kazakhstan, when the first UN office has been opened, and back in '93, it was 16th of February. My colleague from the Department of Public Information at the time was the first UN official actually coming to Kazakhstan and opened the office, and it was in the Hotel Kazakhstan. How symbolic. And one of the bases then later on, where the UN office was based, was also your university CLIMAP at certain point, for you to note. It's quite interesting. And if this year we are celebrating 30 years of Kazakhstan's actual membership in the UN, next year we shall be celebrating together, I hope, 30 years of the UN office in Kazakhstan. So we could perhaps even think about having some interesting event at KIMAP as well. That would be related to that. If you give me one more second, I'll just call my assistant. I just have to quickly arrange something. We'll get back in 20 seconds, please. Okay, I'm back. So as you can see, this is also practical part of my job, that I'm always available and always providing some information. So apology for keeping you waiting for these 20 seconds. Arman, I hope I have answered your question. If not exactly, then please either kind of unmute your mic and add some additional question. Or as I've said, let's meet in this really nice building we have in Almaty. I would really be happy to seeing you all here. Now we are a bit kind of I hope over COVID, so why not to meet? It's always better than to meet in person than online. Up to you. You decide through Miss Almira. If you interested in meeting, I'll be more than happy receiving you here, and we could have continuation of discussion. Now, if you don't mind, there are two questions. One is from Mohammed Jan, the other one is from Diaz. So from Mohammed Jan, what do you think about rising of China's power intent? Is it possible that the UN will be too intentional? Well, it's actually those are very good questions. You haven't shared it with the whole group, so I'm just not going to. I'll bit rephrase your question. The first is about the rising power of China. And how much is it going to influence the UN? And the second one is about specific nationalities and special countries to be actually citizens of certain countries to become actually employees of the UN because of their background. Okay, so in respect of the People's Republic of China, you know, there were many rising powers, there are many rising powers, and there will be many rising powers. I mean, of course, China is kind of a very impressive example how in a relatively short period of time, the countries has achieved a tremendous and very impressive results in various kind of directions. Economic, addressing issues, becoming very strong, I would say, an influential member of the UN. Also, given the fact that they have the right of veto in the UN Security Council, but excuse me. Apology, back to the team. So the veto of power, the power of veto is, as you know, one of the strongest kind of instruments in the United Nations. So this is how it works. But whether the UN in 10 or 20 years will be less influential, it's a good question. It's hard to share with you the personal opinion because I'm working for the organization and I'm not supposed to share my personal opinion, but I will. Lesson learned, okay? I was born quite a long time ago. I have been living through the 60s. I saw the Iron Curtain in real. I saw the danger of the nuclear war. I remember the Vietnam War, as well as other conflicts. And always something came after that. And, you know, just focusing on one particular country or one particular region is actually depriving you as a thinker, as a person, of the global view of seeing the things in their complexity. So China definitely will be further developing itself, but again, the world can move forward only if the things are managed and balanced, if there are certain agreements reached. It has been in the history, it's in the present, and it will be in the future. And in this respect, I think that even in 10 or 20 years, there will be a need for a specific body, which is now called UN, that will be able to kind of bring together practically all countries in the world to talk to each other, to either build the bridges or to keep the bridges, to try to minimize the impact of conflict, to try to persuade them that there's always a better way to discuss than anything else. And this is, you know, it's hard to guess what's going to happen in 10 or 20 years, but the UN is already 75 years old. What is the weakness of the UN? That like any structure, it needs to reform. And actually, that's what is the UN undergoing right now. It's undergoing a reform, not much. Not sure how much you know about it, but UN is internally. Excuse me again. Sorry, these are the things. Yeah, so I think even in 10, 20 years, there'll be a need for a balancing factor. That's for the first part of your question. The second part, and if you think that I have not answered enough, then again, I suggest we meet, okay, Mohammed-chan. Second part, about your working experience and getting a strong position in the UN, even if the citizens are from other countries than you name. Well, one of my bosses, for example, and very strong man in the capacity of his smartness and being bright-minded and being in a very high position in the system, is actually coming from Palestine. So I would not say that UN is kind of selective, because the UN is having a very strong standard, and it's very actually kind of cautious that it's offering the equal opportunities. Okay, and now even more is also very much focused on the gender balance. So I think that no matter which country or what continent you have been born, you should have an equal opportunity. But there is one thing which we should be aware of. There's a very high competitive environment, and to get into the system really requires skills and abilities. It's not about the citizenship, but really you have to be very well prepared for any position you would like to apply for, and to apply the right way, it means that really to answer the questions the best way and to impress during the interview, and you have a chance. Otherwise, I would not be sitting here today, because I was also born in a country which is a founding member of the UN, but not that strong and not that influential like others. I hope I have answered your question, but if you have any other points you would like to discuss, again, I'm always willing to meet. And I'm moving to the last question I see here is from Diaz. Is it possible to study at university in this country and at the same time to work as intern stationed abroad? The online internship, I think, is possible. Also, there is possible to be part of the online volunteering. I'm not sure how much has actually my colleague from UN Volunteers been discussing with you about that, but yes, but only online. And frankly speaking, like our discussion today or our kind of interaction is online. I always feel that much bigger value for each and every of us is actually meeting each other. So meeting online is a comfortable thing. You agree with me, because I don't see you. You may be having drink, you may be eating your kind of croissant, whatever. You can be having coffee. But from the point of interactivity, I'm speaking now to the screen. I'm talking to the screen and I don't see anyone. So it's absolutely not interactive. You're getting me? Well, when we are sitting in one place, we can exchange, we can talk. I can also read from your faces. Okay. And same relates to the internship. Okay, the real internship, real one. I mean, the one that would really provide you with specific value for the future is the internship where you are part of a certain group of people that you come to the office, you see how they work, you talk to them. It's even the 21st century, even the artificial intelligence, whatever, it's still not to replace the simple interactivity between human beings. And I think it's still to be on for the time being. Yeah, you may have different opinion. I fully would respect it. But if you want to achieve something, you usually have to come out from your zone of comfort. Now, you are sitting in your homes or in some cafe, someone visiting friends. You are inside of your zone of comfort, and you know that in a few minutes this discussion will be over and you can do whatever you want. But the real internship is also about the responsible approach, coming on time to the office, doing what you need to do. If you do not know what to do, asking the questions, getting some sort of guidance, but on exchange. And I underline it also to offer your opinion. If you think that things could be done differently, or that you have a different opinion, or you would like to suggest something to change, this is the very unique opportunity. So with that, I would stop here. It's Elmira, I think.
Yes.
All from me for now. I mean, the rest is up to you to decide if and when we meet again.
If,
And as I have suggested,
if our students don't have any more questions, I would like to say thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for your talk today. Oh, there is one. How can I take internship while taking academic break? Gulmira asking. One more question.
Well, internship can be, for example, organized through the summertime during the actually holiday season, because let's not forget the students have holidays, but we have to work. Okay. If I've answered the question properly, yeah. So I think I have answered that, Gulmira. I hope you are satisfied with that. But again, the internship itself doesn't come just out of nowhere. You have to search for information. Now, Elmira, I will share with you the information from IOM. Please share it with all those who are willing to apply. I'll let them try.
Okay.
But the most important thing in your life is always to move, to try. No, not to just think that someone will bring it to you. You have to dig for information. You have to find the proper resources, including our resources, and try.
Yeah.
Nothing comes just automatically. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you.
I hope it was not boring. Again, I'm always open for another discussion if you wish, and when you wish, it's up to you. But as I've said, these online meetings are usually quite formal.
Yeah.
So let's have some sort of informal exchange. I can come to Kimep if people don't want to move far. Excuse me. Just a second.
Okay. I believe that it is the beginning of our partnership. And
may I rephrase you, Elmira?
mhm.
It's reconnecting, because we had a very fruitful and very strong partnership. Based on that, we have signed this memorandum of understanding in 2011. It's still valid, just the university is not properly using that. So you can find it in the, it should be in the president's office, stored, if it's not on the website. And if you don't find it, I can send you a copy. And just follow it, and we could even organize, as I said, on site. It means the university visit. You have still the Starbucks cafeteria in this building. So let's see, my favorite place.
Yeah.
So we can even meet there for coffee with the students. I mean, there is enough chairs and tables, so we could have some sort of interactive meeting there. We don't need to sit in the hall. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought Aliyah, or Aya, excuse me. Aya, you wanted to ask something? Because if not, then I think that's all for today.
No, I'm just sending the emoji, which is like for this meeting. I like this idea. I just wanted to show that.
Good. So thank you for your support, and let's really just organize it together. Okay. You have my contacts. Just there is one thing, please. Let's do it organized. It means create some sort of group like others do. So I don't have to coordinate talking to 10 different people about one. And let's meet at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you for inviting me. I hope I have not discouraged you. Yeah, but you are the lucky generation. Let me put it this way. Because I wish when I was in your age, I would have so many opportunities you do have. So don't waste your time, don't waste your talents. On the contrary, just really revert it into the maximum advantage for yourself. And please don't forget, for your country, and through your country, also for the rest of the world. So thank you all. And
thank you.
it was really great meeting you virtually.